Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning with Jesus. I am one of your hostesses, Barbara Amazing Grace Reynolds, and your other hostess is DC Love. We do this recording to allow you to experience firsthand the love that Jesus has for you, the love that all of the divine beings have for you, so that you can connect and know that life doesn't have to be this horrible, worrisome thing. It can actually be quite wonderful. So get your cup of coffee or your cup of tea and your pen and paper and sit back and relax and enjoy this beautiful moment this morning with Jesus. And we will start with introductions, and I will let DC Love go first. DC, you're on.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, everyone. This is DC. I consider myself to be an angel intuitive. I connect with the angels, the ascended masters, and for a little bit of time now, Joan Rivers. I've been to heaven. I've channeled healing messages from Jesus, and I found that my journey is a unique one to me. It's anything but normal, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I raised my family, and now my sons have families of their own. And my husband and I, we have a beautiful life and everything, but I just felt like there was something more that I, wanted, something that I needed to do. So I put out, I guess, an intention to the universe, and I found myself on a brand new path. And it all started with a lot of craziness around me. I didn't listen to the little signs, and they just kept getting bigger and bigger. So I connected with a psychic trying to make sense of all of this, and it just got even crazier than it's initially started to be. So I found myself on radio giving readings to people, and I'm a person just like you. I had no training, but I was asked to trust. And if I had trust, everything would be fine. So since starting that journey, I have become a Reiki master and teacher. I'm certified as well with the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums, and my purpose is to help people in a loving way. Love is what I am. It's what I do. It's what I listen to. Good morning, everyone. This is DC Love.
Thank you, DC.
Barbara.
And my name is Barbara Amazing Grace Reynolds, and I got the amazing from DC Love. She's the one pushing me to accept it, and it's getting easier. But it's, like DC said, it's a matter of trust. We really are taught to think small, to think less of ourselves. And so, like adding amazing to my name was like, oh my gosh, that's not me. But I'm learning the lesson of it. So I am a freedom and empowerment life coach, and I also a conscious channel. And I use a method called Infinity Healing to help people to release the old beliefs that they no longer need, that no longer brings them what they're actually looking for in their lives, and to allow them to accept the truth which comes from their guidance. You can find out more about either of us or both of us at my website at divinelyguidedhealing.com. Just click on the Morning with Jesus tab and scroll to the bottom, and there's Learn More buttons. That's also a place where you can go to DC's website, and you can schedule a session with her if that's something that you want. So there's all of these different options in life, and allow your heart to lead you to what is right for you. Okay, so we will start now with our messages, and I will have DC go first, and she will share what she has with us.
Thank you, Barbara. I wanted to start off by sharing a message that really, makes us connect with the lighter side of life. Jesus gave this message to me, and it's cute, and it's just cheery, and it reminds us that, life doesn't have to always be serious 24/7. So what I was given was the Angel's Guide on how to be merry this holiday season. And it starts off by saying, Christmas is a wonderful time of year, but it also can be a hard time for many as well, with so many expectations during the spirited season. You may not go all out and deck the halls, but it could still be a winter wonderland. Try to keep things simple. Everyone loves homemade cookies and desserts. Even if it's not a white Christmas, you can enjoy the festivities, and you can get together with those you love. Let your friends and loved ones know what a blessing that they have been to you throughout the year. Soon you will find, no matter what the weather holds, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This is a great time to connect with family and friends. It could be as easy as having a cup of Christmas cheer. It doesn't have to be a blue Christmas. Enjoy the wonderful movies that are on at this time of year. You don't have to stay home alone. You will soon find that this is a wonderful life. Whether you get moving with the magical music that will uplift your mood, like listening to the Chipmunks' Christmas song, or maybe you'd like to play some reindeer games, you will soon feel the holiday joy instead of feeling like the Grinch who stole Christmas, or that you're having a Charlie Brown Christmas. Have a holly jolly time by sharing your love with those less fortunate, making it a perfect holiday. It will be more than just surviving Christmas. You will soon become warm and fuzzy when you hear the angels sing. So that was my first message, Barbara, and it was, like I said, on the lighter side there.
Wonderful.
Okay, and then the other message, I have two, but here's one of them. Walk with your feet on earth, but in your heart be in heaven. Walk by faith, letting everything you do be a blessing to others. All things work together for good for those who love God. Nothing is impossible with God by your side. Trust in the Lord and his mighty power. Thanks be unto God for his unspeakable gift. He is my refuge and my strength. I will praise him with my whole heart. Even though you may not be where you need to be thankful to God that you are no longer where you used to be. Jesus never said that it would be easy, but he said it would be worth it. When we focus on God's promises instead of our problems, we then become filled with peace. So the next time fear comes knocking at your door, answer it with faith. Don't allow the troubles of life to bring you down. Remember, God has the power to conquer all things. You never walk alone with the Lord beside you. He's with you in every trial you face. Jesus said, for mortals it is impossible, but for God all things are possible. Don't give up on what God has called you to do. He didn't promise that you would have a life without pain and struggle. He promised to give you strength to get you through it. Walk by faith, knowing that God is taking care of you. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you handle it. You need to keep moving if you want God to show you the way. His love for you is deeper than the ocean. Faith is not, faith is not hoping God can. It is knowing he will. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. God asks that we love each other as he loves us. He is letting us know that he is the way, he's the truth and the life. He asks that we trust in his unfailing love. When we are weak, he is strong. Decide today that you won't give up on your dreams and that you will be strong during difficult times, loving always, laughing often, and thanking God for each and every day. God is at work in your life right now, and he is directing your steps. Follow his lead, and you will never go wrong. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Let your heart rest, knowing that he will provide for you. May God's favor bless you throughout the rest of this year and in the upcoming year, and may his love, peace, and joy overflow in every area of your life. Treasure each year that God blesses you with, as well as your journey. Be grateful and thankful today. And Jesus is saying, I will always love you. And that was one of the other messages that I had received, Barbara.
That was wonderful, too. Oh, they're all wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. I did have another message, but I'm getting guided to save that for the next time that we get together. And I was wanting to read, maybe a little bit over a month or so ago, I connected with Albert Einstein. And I'm getting guided to share his message, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Well, it all started off, I kept hearing in my head, E equals MC2. I don't know exactly what that means, but I do know that that's Einstein's theory of relativity. So I'm thinking, okay, I know that's your theory. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So then I was driving not far from my home up the highway, and there was a big billboard, and it had Albert Einstein's face on it, and his tongue was sticking out at me. And I just started to laugh. I could not stop laughing, and I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, and look at your hair. His hair was, standing up all over the place. To me, it looked like he had his finger, in an electrical socket. So I started to laugh, and I'm saying, okay, Albert, you've got my attention. I'm listening. I said, is there a message that you want to share with everyone? So he waited, of course, until I got home because I'm a blonde, and he wanted me to just concentrate on driving. So when I got home, I heard, everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. We cannot solve problems with the same thinking that we used when we created them. So Albert Einstein, I believe he was born in 1879, and he wanted everyone to, know that he felt like we should always seek simplicity. He was a genius, but he wanted to do everything as simple as possible. And he's saying, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, then you're not going to understand it yourself. And when you do something, just find the simplest way to accomplish the task. For every problem we face, just look for the simplest solution. He then continued, I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Logic will get you from A to Z. Imagination will get you everywhere else. He also said he believed in inspiration as well as intuition. There were times when he was right and he just couldn't explain it. Einstein asks each of us to use our imagination. When we think outside the box and use our imagination, there's no limit to how far we can go. Imagination inspires creativity, and it helps our dreams to become reality. He said, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. He then went on, he wanted to speak about music, saying that he learned to appreciate music when he was very young, and he said that music would help him think, saying he saw his life in regard to music, and that brought him true fulfillment. He then went into a different direction, and he wanted to touch a little bit on his view of religion and God. And he said, my parents were not religious. He became religious, which ended before he became a teen. He did believe, of course, that we are all part of something bigger. We are all part of the universe. He did not believe, in a God who was so concerned with just all our actions of being human. He stated that he was not an atheist. He also continued that he did not believe that a soul and a body were separate. He did not believe in praying, but he did have faith. He had his own beliefs, stating that the divine reveals itself in the physical world, and he believed that everything could be explained more logically. He said as man evolved spiritually, the more he would seek rational knowledge. So Einstein continued, he continued saying, science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. He said that all scientists would have to have divine faith. He felt that we have to understand the concept of God through the eyes of a child, realizing there is mystery around the subject. He continued by saying, we are all here for just a short amount of time, each having a divine purpose. He stated one life was not enough for him. One life was enough for him, and also saying, only a life lived for others is going to be a life worthwhile. And he wanted to leave on a funnier note saying, the difference between stupidity and genius is that genius does have its limits. And the hardest thing in the world to understand is income tax. So he says, live in the moment, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and most importantly, he wants us to remember how important it is to speak to everyone in the same manner. Whether you're talking to the garbage man, or you're talking to a president of the university, please treat everyone with respect. Imagine how wonderful the world would be if everyone on the planet developed this attitude. And that was Albert Einstein's message, Barbara.
Wow, that was a wonderful message, too. So much good stuff in there.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, now Albert Einstein, Mother Teresa, Michael Jackson, all of the messages that I have channeled, they seem to have like something similar in them.
Yeah, they all seem to want us to realize that we're not alone, that we can trust in God, that it's okay to live your life, and that being of service brings you that fulfillment that you're looking for.
Definitely. And a lot of the messages, they do contain like a message of love, I think a lot of people, like while we're here, like we're so busy that we're not trying to live our life, we're trying to get through our life, and I think, when we get these messages like from the people that are on the other side, they realize that, love is the important thing, that we should love one another, and whatever we do, do it with love.
Yes.
And I think we're here to love our fellow man and to help them as well. And it doesn't take that much more time to just, do something with love.
That's true. And it actually makes it easier, because then you don't have to figure it out. You just flow with it. Well, that's a good thing for people to remember.
Oh, definitely.
Wonderful. Well, let me see if I'm supposed to do a message now. Yes, I am. Okay. Now I'm getting all hot. Oh, okay. Not that I get hot over Jesus. I don't even know why I said that, but I was supposed to. I guess I needed to laugh. Okay.
Getting hot. I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's part of the fun of life. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, life is allowed to be fun. So many of you get so wrapped up in all of the minute little details, everything that needs to be done, that you squeeze all of the fun out of your own lives. And we want you to let the fun back in. You're allowed to laugh. You're allowed to enjoy. It's part of your purpose. When you are in that love, that light, that is what you are adding to the world. That is making the whole world a better place. So we encourage you to have fun. We often say those exact words when Barbara Grace is doing her work with people. And we are encouraging those people to get out of their shells, to get out of that old way of thinking where they're not allowed to actually live. Over 90% of you don't actually live. You just kind of shuffle your way through, waiting for death. And my, that just feels so weary. So we ask you to stop, to really notice yourself, notice your life, notice your choices, and to have some fun. When you were children, fun was just a natural part of who you were. Most of you could find fun anywhere, even if it was in a piece of paper, in a cardboard box, in an open field, in a corner of your room. You could make fun. Fun was easy. Fun felt right. And you listened to your hearts more then. You hadn't received all of the wonderful programming you've gotten throughout your life. We want you to go back to that. Go back to allowing yourself to have fun. Just do it for 5 minutes a day. And if your life is so busy that you don't think that you can find 5 minutes for fun, you seriously need to think about what it is you are doing. What is so important? You can't take 5 minutes for yourself and have fun. Don't get bogged down in your own life. That's not why you're here. You are here to have this wonderful grand adventure, to learn all of these interesting things, to be of service in whatever way feels right to your heart, to actually enjoy this adventure. You forget that. You forget the enjoyment part. You forget the fun part. You all go around looking for your duty. What is my purpose in life? Why did God create me? I want to make sure that I fulfill my obligation to God. Well, it wasn't an obligation. You were given the freedom to make your own choices about anything and everything. And God's not going to be mad at you if you don't do exactly what you said you were going to do. So many of you don't. And God never gets mad at you. Let go of that whole duty and obligation thing. Let your life flow. Allow yourself to have fun, to be of service and to enjoy being of service. Heaviness on each of you. So much of that I have to do this kind of energy. The world will be so much brighter, so much lighter, so much more fun when you all learn to lighten up. Think about that. Think about that for this holiday season. What is it that would make this lighter for you? More fun. What is it that would allow you to actually enjoy this time instead of feeling like you have to do this, you have to do that, and you have your long list, and you have to make sure that everything on that list is done? Because if it isn't, well, of course the world is going to come to an end. We know that. So let it go. Add something to that list that is fun. Do it. Allow yourself to have fun, to live in fun, to let fun be a part of your life. And you will be amazed at how much easier things become, how much happier you become, and how much more you connect with that love of God. Because frankly, love is fun. So if you want to have more love in your life, have more fun. And it's okay. We are more than happy to turn people on. Enjoy. Okay.
That was beautiful. And Barbara, while you were saying your beautiful message, I got a little bit more of a message on why we got so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And what I got was get hot, stay hot, be on fire with Jesus. It is a blessed state. Jesus is never cool. He is asking us to feel the fire within, and he asks that each of us ignite the fire of God within us. And this fire stands out, especially during the Christmas season, with those who truly believe in him and his kingdom. And he's saying that, God is our consuming fire. And when we allow the Lord to burn, everything up within us, we are able to walk with him in his holy fire. So he's asking us, to really resonate with, with the fire within our hearts, and it's going to renew us. And that's basically what I got in regard to, I'm thinking, why are we so hot,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was really beautiful, So we just have to, each of us, let our heart, get hot with the fire, of Jesus, and it will renew us.
Yes, and we can let that fire burn away all of our fears and doubts and frustrations and all of that negativity so that we can allow that love to work through us.
Right, yep. And that was really beautiful.
Wonderful.
Well, that was the sense behind the message, because I was like, oh my goodness, I was ready to turn the fan on.
I know. It was like suddenly, poof, there was a fire.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, there are no coincidences. That was a God incident, and he just wanted to share another little message.
Okay.
Beginning to get better at that. I'm listening now to those nudges, Barbara. It doesn't take an elephant to sit up on me at this time. So.
Well, good. Means you're progressing along your path, and you're enjoying it, which is important.
I am enjoying it.
Great.
And I hope everyone listening that they're enjoying it as well, and they're getting something out of our messages, Barbara.
Yes, I hope so too. So we will be here next. What is today? Today is the 17th. Oh my goodness. Christmas is next week. Wow. Okay. So we will be back next Tuesday, right? But not next Thursday. Or are we going to be next Thursday?
Okay, well, next Thursday is what, Christmas Eve. I mean, we can come back for Christmas Eve because Christmas is actually Friday, next Friday.
Okay.
So that would be fine.
We will be here for the winter solstice next Tuesday and Christmas Eve next Thursday.
Definitely.
Ooh, that's going to be a wonderful week for energy. I can't wait to see what flows through us then.
Sounds amazing.
Yes. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening once again to Morning with Jesus, and we hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day and that you have some fun. I know I'm going to have some fun. Don't know what it is going to be, but I'm going to have it.
Sounds awesome. And have a blessed day, everyone, and please, make fun part of your day.
Yes, definitely. And we will be back with you next Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bye.